Alright. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Okay, good start against the Garen. Make sure you missed 2 CS that you should have gotten, man. Make sure to be patient for those. Like on that.
Yeah.
On that. Oh man, you said you had trouble with this Garen?
I do have. This Garen was not very good, but Garen is... I hate him. It's so hard.
Okay. What are we
Because
doing? What,
he
hold on,
changes so fast.
hold on. Don't speak. What are we doing? What was that auto attack? What am I about to witness? No, dude. Alright. You did such a good job. You burned his refillable potions. You got him on the back foot. He got 3 CS in return. We did such a good job, but you got to manage your wave, dude. What is the best position for Trainer to be in for an all-in? Alright. So right now, you're right here. If you walk up and take a trade with Garen, he takes like 2 steps back, he's by his turret.
Yeah.
You gotta let the wave shove back to you. So we get those first 2 waves shoved in. And let me explain this. Get those first 2 waves shoved in. We did this perfectly. We abused the Garen. We pushed him back. We made him use both potions. He's got freaking cloth armor. So he's gonna be really weak. He missed all of SCS. Now, take a look at the wave. The wave is on his side of the lane. You see how all of his minions are attacking your wave before your minion wave is even all here? And the next wave that comes up is going to have less distance to travel compared to your wave because it's on his side of the lane. This is going to cause it to push back to you. We want to get the wave in a position where we could take an extended trade against Garen. But when you do this, when you auto-attack full HP minions, like you did here, you're influencing the wave. The way you're influencing the wave here, you're pushing it back towards Garen. Every auto-attack that you do, you're fucking up the wave harder, and you're causing it to push less and less back to you, or like, push not as hard, right? So what's happening is, every time you auto-attack this minion, like, I understand you're trying to build up Fury, but you don't want to build up Fury yet. You want to be patient, let the wave crash back to you, walk up only last hit, let the wave crash back. So when you're auto-attacking like this, guess what? Now the wave's pushing back towards Garen. He gets to make use of his passive. He gets to farm for free under turret, get experience, get his levels, get that, you know, the armor and shit scaled up. And 2, like, don't level up W at level 3, level up Q. Get the wave on your side, manage your wave properly. So, I saw some good things here. 1, you took very good trades with Garen, and you stuck on him really well. You were moving in between auto attacks superbly well. You took excellent short trades on that second wave while he was close by his turret, without taking a turret shot. You got the second wave all the way into turret. Now, the final key, the final step that we need to turn, that way we can unlock our full potential, is we need to manage the wave, get the wave shoving back towards us, that way we can set up an extended trade. But when we do this, when we influence the wave to get it pushed back towards him, now he gets to center turret, right? Not only this, but this puts you in a position where you can be ganked, where it's hard to gank the Garen unless it's a straight up dive, which, you know, diving Garen can sometimes be difficult, especially when you're pre-6. And now, even though we had such a substantial lead on Garen, it's just ruined.
Okay.
You got that? You get it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This is probably why you have trouble against Garen. Tell me, what other champions you have struggled with?
Malphite.
Alright. Do you, let me take a quick look at your op.gg real quick. Oh, it's empty. Damn, you lost to 2 Garens like this. So, like, you started out really well, started out strong, and then you just didn't manage the wave, so you got beat him by him both times. Lost to this Garen too? Damn,
Yeah.
it's every time, right?
Garen is such a pest, man.
Alright, first of all, the fuck are these runes? You're against Malphite, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do we have Bloodline? Take Alacrity. Why do we have Bone Plating? You want the extra regen from Second Wind. We want Revitalize. Unflinching doesn't really do shit. If it doesn't help you with your matchup, just take Second Wind or Revitalize. Take Alacrity. You need MR. Malphite does magic damage. So, like, everything else is fine, but, like, your runes are really shitty here. So, it's going to be hard for you to extend and get that advantage like you'd want, right? This is what's going on, man. So, I'm taking a look at this game. Like, you had... Oh, dude, you're so close to just crushing the Garen, right? You almost unlocked your potential. But then, you just went and fucked it up with your wave management. You gotta manage your wave properly. You gotta set up the extended trade. Gotta set up a trade that's optimal for you. Now, short trades under turret. I mean, Garen's gonna beat you all day. He's gonna Q. He's gonna spin on you with the W and then back out as his W ends. For like perfect trades.
Okay, but Fogged, got a question there. So
keep shoving. What's up?
I'm shoving all day long. But how long do I have to keep my wave frozen near my turret? All the game long? I mean, all the lane long, or just for 1 or 2 moments?
Okay. Do I have... Let's see. Do I have a game on my OPGG? I haven't played on a Smurf in a while, so I haven't played against Garen for a while. Maybe me right click only? I play against a Garen. I mean, I played a lot of... Okay. Can maybe take a look at this one. Okay, so this is around your same elo. It's gold 4, right? From 8 days ago. Let's take a quick look, man. I'm just gonna go in detail about your laning phase, man, and I think that's how I'm gonna help you. So, you know, we go to my thing. We get a 8 days ago. How do I... Guys, how do... Oh, videos. Dude, this new layout on Twitch is... Alright, 8 days ago. Yeah, I'm against Garen here. I actually ended up dying early. Whatever happened. Okay, so, you know, I'm getting trades just like you are, right? I get the wave shoved. Alright, so waves on my side. Oh, I just got ganked by a lead. Yeah. So at least pressure me topside. But you see how I'm letting the wave shift back towards me? It's really important to let it happen. Oh. Well, this
Okay.
game was like... Okay. Okay. I mean, this game was just... It was a little bit of fiesta. But, like, the main key thing to focus on here is, like, to allow your wave to shove back towards you. That way you can set up the next proper all-in, right? And that's how, like, you look to set it up. Do I have a different game, maybe? Let's see. Maybe I teach you top. I'll play against a Garen here. Yeah, I tried to team on Dark Harvest build a couple times. I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, you basically only play against Garen, Lily, though. I mean, maybe I played against Garen Halo. I played against one as Kled. I was hoping I have one like in mind. Okay. Rams. Everything is just like from too long ago, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there is. I had a Garen. Oh, Ichita. Where is it? You said 10-2? Where's the Garen? Expand, go further. Well, I mean, okay, guys, remember this was you guys remember that video, the season 2 Trinity build? I don't know if this is the best. This is the season 2 Trinity build video. I mean, fuck, man. Log for win 2 versus Garen. One trick God Wars. A murder, a Garen one trick. Okay, well. Let's see if we can find out here. What I want to do is, like, show you how to consistently beat him up, right?
Yeah.
So, you notice how he looks to Q me? I'll walk back within my minion wave. So if he fight, I'm down to fight him within my minion wave. Right?
Yep.
He decides to not fight me in the minion wave, and I just get a huge ass trade on him. I actually burned his flash level 1. So we're gonna skip forward. I'm getting this 2 waves in a turret. I walk out and ward. And a ward there specifically because if I did that ward, that usually means I'm against Kayn. I actually haven't looked at his game, but that's my ward against Kayn usually. So I'm gonna let the wave shove back into me. I think my wave got fucked by something. I don't know. Oh no, it's still pushing back. So you see how patient I'm being? I'm not like forcing the thing because you can beat the Garen on a single all-in. So I found an opportunity here. Just kill him because I knew I had flash advantage. Boom. Now, ideally you want it to be a little bit further back, but because I burned this guy's flash, I could take that all in a little bit earlier.
No.
And that's just the difference. So that's me abusing flash advantage from the level 1. But typically, just want to let that, the wave crash back in, whatever. This is how you beat up a Garen. So when I'm taking a look at your gameplay here, like it's hard to help you against Garen past this point because like you're just playing straight into Garen's power point, right? You're playing right into his hands. You're allowing him to just farm up for free, and like you've got both his potions and you have the wave shoving back towards you, and you just do this. So, in order to manage the wave and get the wave shoving back towards you, in that spot where it's on his side of the lane and it's pushing back, you only want to walk up and last hit. You don't walk up and hit minions otherwise. Don't worry about building up your Fury until it gets up to like right here, and that's when you want to start thinning out the wave. Building up your Fury a little bit while still letting it shed back towards you, then you can look for that straight up all-in.
Okay.
But yeah, like, look at this all-in, man. The reason why this shit didn't work, he's just right by his turret, so you're just sitting here eating turret shots, right?
Yeah.
And now he's gonna out-sustain you because his passive. And it's just hard. Now, there's a chance you can kill him here, actually. Okay. First of all, we don't want to waste our W. So, when we're walking up to engage, we want to start the engage with an auto attack. Don't use your W on Garen before he uses his Q. Never. Actually, he used Q there. Well, I mean, he was running at you, right? This should have given you some indication that Zac was coming, right? So you W'd when he was in melee range of you. You should always save your W to stick onto Garen after he cuts away. You should never use W right at the beginning. Because against a melee, you can start with an auto attack, and then when they get away from you, you W slow them, then you spin onto them to keep on top.
Okay.
So you got a 1-for-1 there when you got ganked. Honestly, that's best case situation. But, still want to make sure you use your W correctly. That being said, like, this Garen sucked, right?
Yeah.
We could have punished this guy so much harder, but we didn't because we didn't manage our wave correctly.
Okay.
That's just, like, the biggest thing you're going to take away from this, man.
Yeah, I guess.
Alright, tell me this, Fitness Moody. How does Trinmer increase his healing to out-heal Garen? Answer me that question. How does he increase his healing potential to out-sustain Garen? You'll see my point very quickly. So, let's actually go back to here. So here, us and Garen were both at the same HP. So how do we out-heal Garen from this point? Well, I mean, one, we got 2 potions taking, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have that advantage against them, which is why we're out-sustaining them so frickin' hard. But otherwise, you're going to have to auto-attack and shove the wave into Garen so that you can heal up. The issue with that is, now, like, unless you can force the dive, which he attempted to here, right? But Zac was here, to counter. Unless you can force a dive, this is a hard task. You have to auto-attack, you have to shove in. So, yes, Trinmer can out-sustain Garen, but by doing that, you play towards Garen's strength of short trades under turret, unless you can hard shove, and heal up, build up your Fury again, and just straight up dive him. He hit the W slow, which is good because it cut down his healing again. And then he went to force the trade. That's it. Yeah, so it just limits your options. If you're forced to dive, it can be easy to counter.
Yeah.
The team at taking short trades like this with Garen is pretty good, especially when you burn his W. Now, right here, if you don't dive him right here, I'm going to be very sad. Don't make me sad, Imp. You do. So his W is down. Okay, well, actually, you know, you force him off all the minions. Good. You know, Garen recognizes that he can't stand a turret against you with his W down. This is just as good. Now, make sure that you're forcing him off experience, too. So, like, I would actually walk up, double check he's not, like, sitting back here. Like, walk down, make sure he's not sitting over wall, soaking XP or anything like that. But besides that, this is very, like, this right here, you just got 2 play. This is as good as a kill. Like, forcing him back. So either you dove him if he stayed, or you force him back, and you get 2 plates, and that's worth a kill. So, that's very good. Yeah, if we can get you to work on your wave management for early on in the game, it'll be good, man.
Killing spree. Shut down. Red team has slain the dragon.
Why are we using W here? Don't just spam your W, man.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
I'm liking the short trades and keep forcing those. We shouldn't spin away from Garen unless we shouldn't spin away from Garen unless we're doing the short trade. And here, I would rather you try to get damage on Garen rather than just hitting the turret. Just because it's going to be really important for you to force him off and to pressure the dive.
Red team double kill. Killing spree.
I feel like you should commit harder for these trades. Just because you're constantly shoving, right? So you're going to be getting a big burst of regen on each wave. You're getting at 300 HP on each wave. So instead of just taking like short, like auto attack team out, spin trades. A trade like this actually better. So he just wasted his Q in front of you, right?
Yep.
So it's not like he can silence and force you to like overcommit. So like right here, auto attack, Tiamat spin, get like 4 to 5 auto attacks, try to force his W, and then get out. Don't just take the short trade here. look to punish him harder for his abilities being down. So,
Okay.
the way you dive Garen is by forcing his W or by getting him low enough where you can burst him through his W, shield and damage reduction, right? But, like, you're not getting enough damage here. Like, we should be getting way more damage. It's okay if we take half our health and damage if we also do roughly half of his health. Because then we go back, we press our Q after the Grievous Wounds ends. You actually pressed it before the Grievous Wounds ends here. And then we can force the dive, right? But because we're not getting enough damage, he's actually healing up what you did to him. At the same rate as you're dealing. So, like, we gotta get more extended trades here. If we do that, we can force more situations where we can dive and kill him. So you actually backing out of these trades too early. Especially when Garen wastes his Q. Now, I'm not saying you should all in and just straight up dive him from full HP, because that could be risky. He's got Ninja Tabby Bramble Vest, he's got his W, he's got his Flash, you can cut around a little bit. But take bigger trades against him under turret. It's okay to take probably 2 turret shots, maybe 3 turret shots. If you can really get damage, maybe waste his Q. And then spin out, make sure you get the spin damage on the way out, and then heal back up and force a dive then. A lot of the times, if you do that, man, you'll force the Garen's W, or he'll just take so much damage, it'll be easy to dive him. Right here, you shouldn't back. You should stay one more wave and shove the cannon wave back. Just because, like, as you can see, you missed the cannon, minion gold, and experience. You always want to get the wave shoved all the way into turret before you take a reset. The only reason why you wouldn't do that is if you feel like you're pressured by your opponent where you can't do that. And if you try to do that, you'll die. Or if I go get ganked or something. That was really good. You force his ulti, and you force his W. You need to heal back up, force it again. Except in this situation, it can be kind of hard because you don't have good wards, right? So what's this ward doing for you? Not really much, right? Instead of placing the ward right here, we need to place the ward here. So we can actually see who's coming up.
Okay.
Okay, so Garen used W there. But the Zac is topside, so we're gonna have to back off for a bit.
Shut down.
We should have seen with our W on the way up.
Shut down.
And we should be constantly checking this bush for our W, especially for our spin in. So like you just spun in, waltzing with your W in the bush. Like this can be risky, especially with Zac's still waiting around. So make sure that when you're walking along wall, like so when you're pathing, like let's say you're pathing from here. Go straight down lane, you stay towards the center, but you're constantly checking your W for these bushes to make sure no one's in the bush. Kind of hover towards top side. You don't want to walk too close to the bush, or else he might be able to get a trade on you out of the bush, right? But stay close enough. But stay close enough where you can, track with your W in the bushes. Walk down. Check over here, in the fog of war. Stay down because you're gonna be checking over the wall. You see right here, he'll be in a pocket of war, a fog of war, where he can't see you if he's sitting in the bush, but you can see him. Stay down, move back up to the center of the lane. Right here, and then you should check this bush before going in towards turret. And when you're on turret, you should stand right here. That way you can check over this wall with your W. Alright, so how did this fail?
He had flash.
No, the reason why you failed was because you overcommitted on a trade. Right here, instead of auto-attacking spin in, you should auto-attack spin out. You burned his W. You got a good chunk out of him. You should walk back, press Q, heal back up a little bit, and then you should dive him on the next rotation.
Yeah, true.
And try to dive him while his W's still down. That way, you can... One, you'll get your lethal tempo back, because if you notice, your lethal tempo already went through its full duration. You could have gone out after your lethal tempo. And then you wouldn't have to full commit to Garen here. Dude, this plant's OP. Alright.
Oh man.
After we take red buff, man, let me show you why you died. Your entire team is in base. And you are wave extended, putting pressure in the top jungle. You gotta pressure at the same time as your team is pressuring, or else you're at risk of being collapsed on and dying for free. Also, it's 1930. You need to get your ass bottom and shoving and pressuring bot. That way you can pressure before the Baron spawns. So realistically, you shouldn't even go for these cracks. This is really greedy, for multiple reasons. You also need to, get your butt bottom, that we can start pressuring bottom before Baron spawns.
Yeah, I failed double spin there.
It's fine. I mean, it's just like the wrong place to be.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So now, like, the Nico covered bottom, so you're covering top. So what you should do, you should shove out one more wave here, and then you should reset and go bottom. You shouldn't walk down towards this dragon because your team can't contest. They're already dead. There's just no way. King Scuttle is fine. Sham at top. Now you need to reset and go split bottom. It's fine that Nocturne's taking this wave. You can split afterwards. But you can't be this far extended, especially against Twisted Fate, when you're like half your team's in base or doing jungle camps, and you only have one person who could potentially pressure, but she can't. She's an 0-2 Nico. She's just sitting mid, right? So if you walk up and try to pressure here, you're just gonna get collapsed on. It's better for you to do this bottom instead of topside, because if you die topside, the enemy team can do Baron right away. But if you're bot side, they have to walk all the way across the map and do Baron. So this is risky. Also, are you able to put pressure on this inhib turret? Hell no. But you can definitely pressure this turret if your team's pushing out mid. But you can't pressure this turret because they can easily just cut up and cut you off.
Okay.
So again, you couldn't have even pressured this, so your team basically died for free because you're not able to pressure anything. And you should just be bot side in general. Alright, and then you surrendered. Any questions, man?
Oh no, I took some notes. I will try to use them.
Yeah,
But
man.
I
Like
know what my problem
your biggest thing, like you just gotta manage your wave well against Garen. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, it's the wave.
Hey, thanks so much for your time, Imp.
Thank you too, man. It's been
Chat.
an honor.
Yeah, we could get a round of applause for my boy Imp. Thank you so much for your time, dude. We all learned a lot about wave management, positioning well on the map, and learning the Garen matchup overall. Thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate you.
Okay, thanks, man. Bye bye.
All right, take care, man.